What you call an icon? Live.
Hello my loves and welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to today's video. This has been a very highly requested video in my comment section in the previous tutorial that I did, so I decided to give the people what they want. So yes, I am back with a eyebrow tutorial. So if you want to know how I did my brows, products that I use, technique, stay tuned, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Click that big old subscribe button, give this video a huge thumbs up if you really liked it, and leave me a comment down below and tell me what you think of this video, some of the brow products that you use, and yeah, let me know what you think. So let's get right into it. Okay, so to do my brows I use two brow pencils. The first brow pencil is this brow pencil. This pencil is a 5 rand pencil. Sorry, my hands are a bit dirty. But this brow pencil is a 5 rand pencil that I buy at the markets, in town. Yeah, wait. Like kona or mama days, I like vendors and stuff. I buy this pencil. I buy the pencil from the same lady because some pencils, the pencils differ really. But it's this pencil, or I recently started using this Maybelline. Brow Satin. I also really love this pencil. It has a fine tip at the top, and then it has this coloring thing. I don't really use it that much, that's why it has the lid on. But yeah, these are the two brow pencils that I use, I live by, I swear by. These are game changers. So for the purposes of this video, I will be using this pencil. This is the 5 rand pencil. I want to show you that you do not have to buy those expensive brow products to get good brows. It's just basically all about technique, and yeah, it's really all about technique. So to start off this tutorial, I'm going to take this spoolie. This is called a spoolie. This is called a spoolie, and you use it to basically just brush up your eyebrow hairs, just to get them in place and where you want them to be. As you can see, if you are a beginner and you've never done brows before, I do highly recommend that you do get your brows done before drawing them in or filling them in with a pencil. The reason for this is when you get your brows done, you already have a brow shape, so that makes your job 10 times easier than to just freelance on brows that you already have. I'm able to do it because I probably do this almost every day, but if you are a beginner, it's way more easier if you're going to first get your brows done and then fill out your brows. So what you want to do is, I've kind of sharpened this pencil, but this is like the only pencil that I have left, and Celia Pela, so I'm not going to sharpen it anymore. I'm going to use it like this, but I really prefer a sharp pencil. So if you can get your pencil like really sharp, that's a high advantage for you. So what you want to do is, once you've brushed your eyebrow hairs up like this, you've brushed them up and you see everything, you see every hair maybe, yeah. So you want to take your pencil and you want to first draw a line of the shape of your brow. So draw in the bottom line. So as you can see, this is going to be the line. So this line basically determines everything that's going to happen to your brow. If this is messed up, forget about your brow. Like, so once this line is drawn, as you can see, I've drawn that line in. I want to brush all the hair, my brow hairs up again, just like that. Once those are brushed up, I'm going to go in and do another line at the top, and I'm going to connect the lines at the bottom on the end of my brows. So just like that. So now you see you have the shape of your eyebrow. That's the shape that you're going for. This is the shape that you want. It's better to trace out your brows like this so that if you are unsatisfied, you can still just wipe off 2 lines and go back in and redo it. So don't start with coloring in your brow, just start with tracing out how you want the brow to be and then go in and fill the brows. So when filling the brows, what you want to do is, I'm still going to go back. As you can see, I'm using my spoolie quite a lot, so you really want to keep your spoolie nearby because you use it most of the time just to brush your brow hairs and see if everything is still in place. So what you want to do is when filling in your brow or coloring in your brow, don't just color it in, do hair-like strokes. So when I mean hair-like strokes, I mean start from the bottom and move up just like that. So you're creating an eyebrow hair effect. So when concealing your brow, it just looks like it's been your brow hairs all along and you've just filled it in type of thing. But you will see what I'm talking about in the end. So what you want to do is just create some brow-like strokes and just go up like that. You can color in the end, but for the most part of the brow, you want to create hair-like strokes. So as you can see, this is what the brow looks like at the moment. I have brought it in quite a bit at the front, but don't worry about that. I will clear that up with the spoolie. I just bring it up right close, really forward, because I want to go back in with my spoolie and I can just make it a bit lighter. So I'm just basically smudging all of that excess product away and bringing it closer. As you can see, my brows really light right now, which means I don't have a lot of eyebrow product on it. But if you want it to be darker, all you need to do, just go back in and carry on filling until you are satisfied with how dark the brow is. Or you can just buy a darker brow pencil, but do not use a black pencil. Like, I cannot stress that enough. Do not use a black pencil. Like, a black eyebrow pencil is for when you have a really pigmented melanin skin. Like, you can't, I personally can't use a black pencil because my eyebrow hairs aren't, it doesn't look natural type of way. So we actually want to go for a natural look when we're doing our eyebrows, so that's why we use a brown pencil. So as you can see, I have my eyebrow done over here. So I do like to go in with my Maybelline Satin and just darken out my eyebrow. This is not mandatory. I do it sometimes. I can use this pencil only for the entire brow. So what I'll just do is I'll just go back in and fill in the brow. As you can see, I haven't put in any concealer. Concealer is literally the last step of your eyebrow. So once I'm satisfied with how dark my eyebrow is and how it looks and the shape and everything about it, then I'm going to go in with some concealer. For concealer, I use 2 concealers. I use the Maybelline Fit Me, which is like practically finished, or I use the LA Girl Pro Concealer. The Maybelline Fit Me is in the shade 40 and then the LA Girl is in the shade number Fawn. Oh yeah, shade Fawn. So these are the 2 concealers that I use. I use concealer for the bottom half of my eyebrow, and then the top half I use foundation. And for my foundation, I will be using the Revlon Color Stay foundation in the shade Bronze. This is the foundation that I've been using lately. I love it. It's literally the gal. So for this video, I will try and scoop out a bit of Fit Me if I still have some left. But if I don't, then I'm going to use LA Girl. But I really want, if you really want a highlighted brow bone, which is this area here, this is your brow bone, I do recommend that you use a really light concealer, and then you can just blend that out into your skin. So this is the pencil that I use for my eyebrows. This is not a brush, guys. This is like a eyeshadow. I once bought a palette from Essence. It was years ago when I was just I once bought a palette from Essence years ago when I was starting out, and it came with this brush, and ever since I've been using this brush to do my brows, to cut my crease, to basically do everything. So it works for me, but for you, I do prefer you to buy a concealer brush, and then that'll make filling in your brows a lot easier. But for me, I just use this brush. It's a round headed brush, as you can see. It's round at the top, it's really flat, and it gets the product on. So what I'm going to do is grab some product, just like that. Don't be scared, you can just pick up as much product as you would like. Once you've picked up all of that product, you want to go in and conceal your brow. Concealing your brow just helps clean out the brow. So how you would do that is, I usually like to start on my brow bone so I can get the shape right, and then I'd bring it forward and bring it back. So what I'm going to do, I can't really talk during this step, so I'm going to be quiet and just observe and see what I mean when I say I start with my brow bone. This is what I mean when I say I start with my brow bone and I work back and I bring it forward. So I'm going to pick up some more product and I'm going to bring it forward. Now I'm just filling in the bottom of my brow with that same concealer that I have on my eyebrow. So this is what I mean when I say you just fill in the brow. So this is how I clean my brows and how I use this pencil to clean my brows. So as I said before, I start with my brow hair, my brow bone. I bring the product to the back, I push the product to the front, and then that's basically how I do it. So now that that's done, I'll take a brush, a fluffy brush like this. This brush is usually called the concealer brush, and you just use this brush to blend out the concealer into your eyelid. So what you're going to do, you're going to close your eye and then you're just going to blend in that excess concealer into your skin, so you can just have a flawless finish. Excuse me. So just like that, and as you can see, it kind of cut off at the end there. You can always go back with your brow pencil and just fill in the end if you feel like it's not good enough, or you can always come back and fill in the rest of your brow at the top. Just like that. So that's how I fill in my brow. As you can see how seamless and flawless that looks. So once you've gone in with your concealer at the bottom of your brow, always blend it out, and don't have just a streak of concealer and then you've blended all of the product away. Like, you need to put concealer all the way down here. You need concealer all the way down here, so maybe like 1 or 2 centimeters from your actual brow. So you need concealer in that whole area, and then the rest of the concealer you just go in and blend it away. That gives it that nice, clean, seamless finish. So the same thing applies with the top half of your brow. This time I'm going to be using my foundation. As I said before, it's the Revlon Color Stay. I'm just going to give 1 pump, or even half a pump really. I'm going in with the same brush. I'm just going to clean it, make it nice and flat. Always ensure that your brow or your concealer brush is flat, because if it's not, you won't be able to get the sharpness of the brow that you would like. So I'm going to pick up some products as I did with the concealer. Here's the product of my brush. As you can see, on both ends of the brush I have product. So what you want to do is, I start at the front and I move back. I don't start by the brow bone. So I'm going to start here and basically move back. So you want to start from the top, from the beginning of your brow, and move back. So you want to start as far as possible. Don't start exactly where your pencil is. As you can see, there's a bit of a gap between the two. You want to start as far as possible just to get the product on and like imitate the shape of your brow. So just like that. I haven't really cleaned anything yet, and now I'm going to go in and bring the product down and bring the product a little closer to my eyebrow. So I'm going to take more product and I'm going to bring it down. With each stroke I'm bringing the product closer and closer to my actual eyebrow. Like that. So I'm going to do the same thing on the top of my brow, in the front. So as you can see, my brow arch is a little bit back. I'd like it to be a bit forward, but it's okay. It's not a big deal. I can always do the same thing on the other brow and make it look the same. So yeah, then you just want to drag the product up into your hairline like that, and go back in with your concealer brush and just blend all of that product just like that. So you also want to blend in the beginning here, because you like your brow to have a gradient effect. So what I mean is, start off little at the front, then gradually grow and become darker and darker and darker. So start off light, become dark at the end. So basically that is how you fill out your brows. And then you can use a brow setter, that is what it's called, but I use an old mascara that is like literally dried up. This is a mascara from Avon. I use this. It's an old one. It's dried up already, so I just use it to define my brow hairs, and I just go in like that. And just like that. That way, just so that my brow hairs are showing and are present. So this is basically how I fill out my brows. As you can see, I literally used 3 products, or 4 items, which is these items right here: my brow brush, my concealer that I used, my concealer brush to blend out my concealer, my spoolie, and my brow pencils, my two brow pencils. So every time you do your brows, just ensure that you have all of the necessary products to fill out your brows and stuff like that. So whatever you did on this side, obviously you will have to imitate it on that side, and that is basically the hardest part, is just to get them symmetrical and looking the same. You don't have to have them identical, as we'd like to say they are sisters and not twins, so you just have to make them look as similar as possible. So whatever you did on this side, obviously you will have to do on the other side, and then you would have your brow. So that is going to be the end of this brow tutorial. I'm just gonna go and finish my other brow so I can come back with two symmetrical brows, and then we can come back and finish this video. So I'll be right back. That is basically how I do my brows. I just want to put a disclaimer, guys. If you really genuinely want to learn how to do makeup and stuff like that, you literally need to practice almost every single week. Like for me, it's obviously every day, because I love doing this. Like it's something that I enjoy doing. I do it when, like, I feel at peace basically when I do makeup. Like it's just a kind of therapy for me, so I almost do it almost every day, and that's how I became as good as I am today, and how I would like to be as good in the future. So you just need to keep on practicing. At first I used to do terrible brows. Like they were horrible, they were dark, they were chunky, they were disgusting, but now I can do it flawlessly. It still takes me a bit of time, but because I've been practicing for so long, I'm able to do it. So even with you guys, just keep practicing. You will eventually get it right. If you really want to know how to do it, you will get it right if you practice and do it as often as possible. Same thing with eyeshadow, makeup, foundation, contouring, highlighting, all of that stuff. You just need to practice, and practice literally makes perfect. That saying is so true. I can't emphasize how true it is. Just practice and you'll literally thrive at doing brows. So yeah, that is my brow tutorial. If you guys did enjoy this tutorial, please give this video a huge thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below and let me know some of the brow products that you use, what you use for your eyebrows, your concealer and stuff like that, and we can just, you know, share some information. So yeah, thank you guys so much for joining me in this video, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Please don't forget to subscribe. Click that big old subscribe button and post notifications so you can get a notification every time I upload a new video. Be part of the notification gang, you know, and stuff like that. So yeah, I'll see you guys in my very next video, and bye guys.